It's time for Coffee on the Coast. Good afternoon and welcome to this episode of Coffee on the Coast. I'll be your host today, Tina Prigge. I'm delighted to welcome back Kirsten Smith from the Manitowoc Public Library. I think this is going to be a really special show, Kirsten, because we're talking about an upcoming performance that you've got planned at the Manitowoc Public Library. And we've got some clips to show just how beautiful and powerful it is. Welcome back to Coffee on the Coast.
Thank you very much. It's great to be back and wonderful to see you again.
Thank you. And okay, let's get right into this. You have musical performer Wade Fernandez, Walks with Black Wolf, coming to perform at the Manitowoc Public Library on Thursday, July 7th at 6 p.m. This is a completely free event. Tell us a little bit more. I want to show a clip so people understand what we're talking about. Is there anything you want to say before I do that?
Yes. So Wade comes from Menominee Nation, and he is very adept at a number of musical instruments. He plays the native flute and the guitar, and in fact, he can play those both simultaneously. So that's quite the sight to see. He plays the hand drum, percussion, bass, keyboards, mandolin, and the harmonica, among others. So he's very talented. He is a singer as well and a storyteller.
Do you expect we'll see many of those instruments at the library performance, or is he focusing on?
That is a good question. I'm not sure exactly what he's bringing. So it's a little bit of a surprise to me as well, but he has such a magnetic personality and he's such a storyteller in between his songs that I know whatever he's bringing is going to be fantastic.
Oh, yeah. So you'll just have to come down and see it. All right, viewers, we have to show you this little clip so you know what we're talking about. It is very beautiful and very moving. I hope you can see my screen. This is Wade Fernandez. This is from his website, wadefernandezmusic.com. Okay, to me, that is amazing. I love that sound. It like resonates like deep in my chest, like it touches my soul.
I agree with you. I feel the same way. And we're not alone. Wade is currently touring in Europe. He has a brand new CD that he's just released. And right before he comes to Manitowoc, he's going to be in Washington, D.C., performing at the Kennedy Center. So his music resonates with many, many people.
Yeah. And I think so that instrument that we saw him playing, is that a Native American flute?
That was, yes.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, so I was asking you then before we went live if this was appropriate for adults and children, and you said children of all ages and of course adults, and then you told me a little bit about Wade. So tell me some of that interesting background.
Yes, so Wade is a featured artist of PBS's Resound Wisconsin, and that is a collection of educational media resources for general music programs, and it serves grades 4 through 8. And it's a collaboration with the Wisconsin School Music Association. So the idea is that the program will meet educators' needs for current, authentic, culturally diverse resources and support teaching with music from different cultures. So Wade is very involved with that, and there's just a handful of original speakers of the Menominee language. And so one of his projects that he's doing is translating his songs into Menominee. And there's this sense of urgency because he needs to capture the language before it disappears.
So that means that he speaks the Menominee language?
Yes.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's all sort of part and parcel of the same thing. Of course, his musical background, but then also his teaching. And he teaches also on the Menominee, at the Menominee Tribal School. And many of his students have gone on to perform internationally. So he's also wonderful at sharing his own knowledge with others.
And can I just say, it seems momentous and amazing that he's going to be returning back to the States after a European tour, and he is coming to Manitowoc Wisconsin. I love that.
I am so excited. When I first approached him about it, he wasn't sure if he would be able to make it because his schedule is just so full this summer, but he was able to make the time to come and visit us and see us all in Manitowoc. So I am absolutely ecstatic that he's coming, and I can't wait to see what he delivers.
A super lucky chance that he's coming. I just want to share this. Here's a quote from Wade. He's from Kashina, Wisconsin, and it says, "If you try to define yourself as a musician, you end up comparing yourself to other people. I felt like I wasn't good enough unless I could play as good as others in any style of music. I finally grew out of that by accepting who I was. And I think that's the key. We don't need to sound like anybody else. We just have to find a way to deliver what we have." That's powerful.
Isn't it? And to build upon that, Wade's music incorporates many genres. So we have his Menominee roots, which we've discussed, but also blues, rock, jazz, country, folk, flamenco, and even more. So he's really developed almost his own genre of music by mixing all of these different elements. And I just think that's so wonderful that as a musician, he was able to go on this journey of discovering his own style and his own direction. It just is fantastic, because as a musician myself, and not a good one, I've just taken up the violin about 2 years ago, but I understand what he's saying with that. And I think that anybody who's ever tried to learn an instrument probably feels the same way.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's really hard, not only in music, but really in anything, to not compare yourself to somebody else who might be achieving more. So I love his philosophy that it's all about making his own way. And then I love the fact, too, that he's also an educator. So he's not just doing it for himself, but that he's sharing it and promoting it. It's just so beautiful.
Yes, and I touched on before that his his performance isn't just the music, it's also the storytelling in between. And as I was researching Wade, I kept coming across more and more information that just made me more and more excited for him to come and see us. And this is one of the quotes that really stuck with me. So this is from Tom Fernie of the Tom Fernie radio show. And that's a radio show in Ireland. As I said, he is doing his European tour. And Tom said, "Wade Fernandez is more than an extremely accomplished musician, a superb songwriter, and a great performance. His house concert with us was like being held spellbound by a close friend who told stories, played wonderfully evocative melodies, and sang songs that gave insight into the Native American culture of the Menominee tribe. It was a bridge to an ancient history, yet it was as relevant and contemporary as some of the best songwriting coming out of America today. It was quite simply a wonder shared."
So it's not just music, it is the whole experience. And Kath just commented, Kath T said, "Wade is a good friend and such a beautiful human."
Oh, that's wonderful, and that is definitely the impression that I have received too. I feel very honored to be working on this project with Wade and to be emailing back and forth, and I am so excited to get to meet him finally.
Kirsten, we are so lucky to have you and other librarians working to bring this amazing programming to us here on the coolest coast. I just want to let people know again, Wade Fernandez, Walks with Black Wolf, is going to be performing and storytelling on Thursday, July 7th at 6 o'clock p.m. until about 7:30 p.m. at the Manitowoc Public Library. It's a completely free event. It is open to any age, 0 to 100 and 199.
The library event. So if you are still interested in painting a window,
sorry, I'm not sure if you can hear the announcement.
Side of the building, and check in at the registration table, and they can let you know if there's windows still available.
We have Paint the Library going on right now, so outside of this office is just a fluster of activity, which is wonderful. We have so many people who are here to decorate the library for the 4th of July.
Yeah, viewers, if you don't know, every year the Manitowoc Public Library gets all colorful and bedecked with 4th of July themed paintings all around the windows on the outside of the library. It's something quite cool to behold. Make sure you drive downtown this 4th of July to check it out.
Absolutely. And this is the first time that we've held Paint the Library in person since the beginning of the pandemic. So it's just so nice to have it back, because this is one of those memorable events that the library throws every year. So
Yeah, and it's so nice that Wade Fernandez is an event that will happen in person too. Again, so much of this programming was disrupted during COVID, but Wade Fernandez is going to be live in person. People can come to the library and check it out. I want to share this other quote by him too. He said, "To really truly define myself, I'm part of life. I have the same substance in me that the trees have. I have the same substance that the animals have. We are all influenced by what's around us. And for me, that was the forest." I think that inspired my music to have a little more space and to have a little more peace in it as well.
That gives me goosebumps.
Me too.
Yeah, yeah. I just every quote that I've read from him, and just in talking to him, it all just resonates so much, and I I just feel so passionate about this program specifically and him coming. I think that it is just such a wonderful opportunity for Manitowoc. And the one thing that I've really learned about Wade is that his music and his message are firmly grounded in his love for land, animals, and people. And his work really reflects his passion to educate, share music and culture, and serve community and honor Grandmother Earth. And I just think that's so wonderful.
I do too. Well, let's sign off by listening to another part of his clip here. Wow, wow. So July 7th, Wade Fernandez live at the Manitowoc Public Library, 6 o'clock p.m. I cannot wait. Kirsten, thank you for coming on the show to tell us all about it.
Thank you so much for inviting me again.
You bet. Oh, I just want to put up a comment that came from Tim Gadzinski. He said, "When I was meeting with Napos, the Menominee Nation historian, during a virtual program at MPL, I discovered that he gets Wade's guitars in shape before he heads out on tour. This whole process has been extraordinary."
Wow, that's incredible.
And Kath said, "So exciting. Thank you."
All right, and thank you, Tina, and hope to see everybody on Thursday, July the 7th at 6 p.m. in the Belkansky Room.
Sounds wonderful. Thank you so much, Kirsten, for joining us today. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we will see you July 7th for the Wade Fernandez performance at the Manitowoc Public Library. You've been watching Coffee on the Coast. We'll see you next time.